Hello and welcome back episode 12 of SJM Demonstrations. Today's knockoff SCP is Specimen 12. Be fond of. Specimen 12 is, well, the room 810 itself. It's an old Victorian mansion with supernatural properties. In the Catdos entry, it says that the mansion, by the looks of it, built itself around its environment and is able to choose a host, brainwashing them to attack other subjects in various ways. These ways of attacking depend on the current host's characteristics.
The mansion has many rooms and a few hallways full of decorations, like cool-looking doors, bookshelves, chandeliers, furniture, etc. However, some doors are inaccessible due to them being broken, apparently.
The current host of Specimen 12 is the so-called Old Man, a balding, middle-aged guy with a slight tan, probably Chinese or Japanese.
I don't know, looks Indian to me.
Anyway, he's got a trench coat, dark grey leggings, and a pair of brown Yeezys. He's also got a large nose and a creepy smile. Oh, and I almost forgot to mention the big scythe that he's dragging behind him.
It all starts at room 810. Nothing really happens until the player wanders in a specific room and reads a note. The music changes, and if you try to interact with the door leading out, it says "I need to hide." The player has a few seconds to hide somewhere in the room. Then you hear the door open and the music changes again. The old man wanders around the room, sometimes saying one of his voice lines, but eventually goes away.
Now you gotta go through a few rooms, hide a few times, but eventually you'll find a book and use it to open a secret door. You go down a hatch behind the bookshelf into a very dusty and very long basement. Once you get to a dead end, you have to hide again, in the only closet in the room. Somehow, he doesn't find you, and he drops the exit key while he's at it. How convenient. Anyway, as you're heading back, you suddenly hear the loudest burp known to man, trademark, and see the old guy running towards you.
After getting out of the so-called mansion inside a mansion, the man continues to bust through the doors behind you. His Fortnite Vicroy tactic is to walk and then start running for another few seconds while screaming until he decides that he needs to exercise more often and takes a break. Sadly, this sprinting thing is only in HD. While inside Specimen 12, the old man will kill instantly on contact. But after escaping the mansion, he deals 45% damage with a pretty fast attack speed being less than a second, meaning you can get hit 3 times before you get game ended. In HD, hitting him with the axes makes him block with the sickle. This is what his death screen looks like.
In HD again, he has a bunch of new voice lines, but the wiki has broken audio files so Mr. Spock couldn't download them and edit them in. The old man's signature burp is the same sound as how its jump scare sound.
Specimen 12's inspiration came from the classic horror game Clock Tower, featuring Edward Scissorman, which is a man wielding a giant pair of scissors. The old man's appearance was apparently based off an adult swim shirt, but I personally don't see the resemblance beside the balding forehead. By that logic, the crazy Russian hacker also heavily inspired the old man's design. Specimen 12 OG version was voiced by Vernon Shaw, who had eaten a ghost pepper in preparation for the voice role.
While playing the Endless mode, a series of notes can be found before Specimen 12's encounter. These notes reveal that the old man was a vlogger who explored abandoned urban locations and that he found the sickle in a garden area of the mansion, probably Specimen 8's rooms.
Anyway, that's it for Specimen 12. Goodbye.
Made in heaven!